From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your morning update.
Ants Meats and Grocery is much more than a grocery store. We carry a full line of quality meats, local and organic vegetables, and a large variety of fish, Green Mountain Smart Control pellet grills, and a full deli case of sandwiches and side dishes.
Happy holidays from Weather NorCal and our sponsors. Have a wonderful holiday season.
Well, happy Tuesday morning to you. I'm Chief Meteorologist Mike Kruger, and let's get to your Kruger's Quickcast for those of you that just want to know what to expect here for today. Number one, there still is another freezing fog advisory here for Lassen, Eastern Plumas County here until 11 a.m. The main concern here is if fog should develop here, it could freeze on contact, meaning it could create some slick roads out there. So yeah, just something to be aware of and to be extra careful out there this morning if you run into some of that fog. Getting you out the door this morning, there's some of that patchy fog we will see for the coast and some of the mountain valleys, some of the inland valleys, even around the Sacramento Valley, there could be some patchy fog, especially around bodies of water. But otherwise, sunny skies here to start off the morning and on the cool side as well. There's the next storm system that's approaching, but it can't move through us. Why? Because we have high pressure in place, and that's going to keep us dry and sunny at least for the next couple of days, even into the weekend. But a few more clouds coming in by then. There you can see temperatures in the mid-60s for the valley here for today, even some upper 60s for some of the warmer spots. 30s, 40s, 50s, just depending on where you are. Some of the cooler spots have been around Susanville, only reaching the mid-30s, out towards Weed and Wairika, mid to upper 30s there. Otherwise, along the coast, you're looking at temperatures upper 50s, even some low 60s, and around 60 for your daytime high in Hoopa. Let's take a look at your 7-day outlook for the valley. Temperatures staying in the upper 60s, could even touch 70 on Thursday and Friday, looking very pleasant there, but temperatures will drop. Notice more clouds coming in on Saturday. Should remain dry for the valley. However, I have included and kept that chance for showers in there for Saturday. Now the thing is, it's just going to clip Northern California, which we'll get into a deeper dive in that. These chances are pretty slim. In fact, I don't even have the chance in there for Modoc County or the Eastern Mountains, but you will notice that, yeah, we've got plenty of sunshine for everyone across the board through the next couple of days, but more clouds will begin to move in, and again, including that slight chance for showers for some of us. All right, that's your quick cast. Let's take a quick look at the lake levels just to remind you that, hey, we're still doing okay. The lake levels are healthy. We're over 100% where we typically are, historical average. We're still seeing these pluses indicating that the lakes are still rising. In fact, Lake Oroville almost a foot in the last 24 hours. But, I mean, still just a bit of a trickle out towards Shasta Lake and Trinity Lake as well. All right, let's get your weather headlines. We still have the cold mornings with areas of fog out there. This is pretty much the same headlines I've been using here yesterday, and we'll probably use again here for the next day or two. Dry and mild through the rest of the week. Slight chance for showers for the coast and some of the mountains by next weekend. We'll get into that a little bit later. And then possible changes in our weather pattern by sometime around the middle of this month. All right, so we have the storm system off for a west. Classic, right? Area of low pressure, you got the occluded front, the warm front, you've got the cold front, all of this moving in our direction, but high pressure's in place. It's going to take this storm and push that energy up and over that ridge, and we, as a result, are dry. Storm system here, another one behind that, more coming in behind that. So you see where these storms are going up and over. Now, some of the clouds are going to spill over that ridge and giving us some clouds here by the Thursday and Friday, but still remaining dry. We got to watch this area of low pressure right here. It's strong enough that it's flattening out the ridge of high pressure. And in fact, it's creating a trough right here. This is kind of the lowering. Now, a couple of things to take note. This is a fairly moisture-starved storm. So it's not going to bring a lot of rain or snow for that matter, even for the Pacific Northwest. Now you can see this little cold front, this little boundary. That's what's going to clip Northern California. So the coast, Trinity County, Siskiyou County, could see a chance for some of those showers as that pushes on through. But then you can see what's going to happen after that. This is going to dive down to the south. It's going to turn into what we call an inside slider. This is your typical setup where you've got high pressure to our west, low pressure down to the south and east, and those north winds may pick up here as we go into your Sunday and Monday with some gusty winds out there. So that's really one thing that we're tracking. Unfortunately, I wish I was tracking more rain, but that doesn't look like it's going to happen anytime soon. We still have the drier than normal conditions, but what you'll notice here as we kind of look at this each day, we're getting less and less of these darker browns and closer to these lighter shades of brown, indicating that the chances are getting slimmer for below normal rainfall. But we're still in that. I mean, the chances are certainly still there. And the temperatures, that is, you can still see, I mean, Western United States in general, we get warmer than normal conditions here. So you can see here, for the rest of this week, mid to upper 60s in the valley. Some of us quite possibly even touching that 70-degree mark by the time we get into Thursday and Friday. But then temperatures dipping. You see how we're back to the low 60s, which is just a few degrees above normal for this time of the year as we take you through next week. This is a sign that the ridge is not quite as strong, and this will allow, at least invite the storms to come. Whether or not they decide to come through our area still has yet to be determined. As of right now, just not much in the way of rain. As I mentioned, maybe on Thursday, but it just doesn't look like much. There's your wave heights going into your Tuesday afternoon, going to your Wednesday afternoon. You have to look closely here because you don't see much change here. All right, so there's your marine forecast for your Tuesday. North winds at 5 to 10 knots, waves from the northwest at 2 feet at 4 seconds, and from the west at 4 feet at about 13 seconds. No small craft advisories. Your low tide at 6:20 this morning and your high tide just shortly after the noon hour. And there is your sunrise and sunset. All right, here's your Trinity County neighborhood forecast. Temperatures mainly in the 50s and some 60s in there as well. We take you out to the north coast, 62 degrees for Blue Lake, 67 for Garberville. Again, notice I put the chance in there for Saturday. That does include Trinity County. It does include the north coast and Siskiyou County, but everyone else is most likely dry. And again, this is not a guarantee. This is just a chance coming in here because this is a very weak and moisture-starved system that's coming through on Saturday. So if we even see anything, it's not going to be anything that significant. Look at Siskiyou County. We're about 44 degrees for Hornbrook, 40 in Wairika. Gazelle about 36, 35 for Weed, but a little bit warmer in Mount Shasta City with about 46 degrees. We take out to Modoc County. You can see about 42 degrees for Canby. Still quite cold in Cedarville. The high of about 38, 49 though for Alturas and 45 for California Pines. And your Eastern Mountains neighborhood forecast, 48 for Fall River Mills, 51 for Chester. Much colder in Westwood at 37, even colder in Susanville at 34 degrees. We've got 33 for Doyle and 50 degrees, that is, for Portola. There's your Valley neighborhood forecast brought to you by Walgamith Painting. Your temperatures in the low to mid 60s here to the south. So you can see about 66 for Los Molinos, 62 for Gridley, right? But we go to the north, mid to upper 60s. So about 66 for Red Bluff, 67 in Redding, 65 for Lakehead, and Bella Vista, about 68 degrees. All right, let's take a look at that 7-day outlook for Redding. Temperatures in the upper 60s, even flirting with that 70-degree mark for Thursday, Friday. But we will see that dip in the temperatures over the weekend, low 60s by Sunday and Monday. That's your morning update. I'll be back again at noon with the latest forecast. Have a great morning.
Wiggly mouth.
Woggy mouth.
No.
Painting.
Wiggy mouth.
It's Woogie Moth Painting.
It's Walgamith Painting, and yes, we'll paint anything.